Hello all, and people asked, so I thought I would share. Because WWE decided to do something that they should have done 17 years ago, I guess. 16 years ago, I guess, because it's like the first thing you should do as soon as you acquire something. So they announced on NXT that they were going to do War Games. Everyone was like, yay, War Games! And everyone was like, I must be dying of a heart attack. I must be super happy. This, that, and the other. And at first I was like, War Games? You're kidding. And so I started looking, and then it's like, you see, I love War Games. Anyone that has followed me for any length of time has probably heard me scream and holler and beg WWE to do War Games, and we're getting War Games, and yay for that. But we're getting 3 teams. You see, War Games usually was 4, maybe 5 guys going against each other, 2 cages, steel, violence, all of that sort of stuff. They did 3 teams once. It wasn't very good. In fact, you know, when WCW tried to, I would almost say WWE War Games to an extent, it wasn't very good. It was like War Games, yes, and then it was like, woo, not very good. And then when you look at like TNA, what TNA did with War Games with Lethal Lockdown, it wasn't very. It was, well, I shouldn't say it wasn't very good. A lot of the matches were great, but there were always issues with the way they did things. They wouldn't wind up being great. There'd be great action, but the booking of the match itself and the way that they led to things would have to make you go, did you ever watch a War Games match? For example, in a War Games match, you're going to start, you're going to have, I guess, 3 teams this time, and I can't remember, pretty sure they probably had 2 coin flips, and you basically flip a coin, winner, that's the team that gets the advantage, or the first advantage. And then the winner of the second coin flip would get the advantage the second, and so on and so forth, until all the teams are in, and the heels would always have the upper hand, the faces wouldn't. It was always this way, it was predictable, but it worked. And everyone was like, yay, it worked. But when you have 3 teams, it's a little weird, because it's like, who's the face, who's the heel, who's this, what's that? It gets a little funky. Hopefully it's submissions only, where you have no pins, because it's supposed to be submissions only. There's still a lot of this we don't really know about, but apparently, you know, it looks like it's going to be the real War Games, which I am happy about, and I'm sure everyone else is happy about. You know, I've asked this for a long time. If you go back and you watch when, you know, people asked me to do a, you know, my rebooking of the Invasion angle, it ended with basically War Games at WrestleMania, which there was a story reason for that. There was a whole sorts of reasons why it was that match at WrestleMania. And it wasn't just that. It was Austin beating Hogan. There was a lot of other stuff to go along with it. But I love this match. Am I gonna love a 3-way in NXT? I don't know. I'm sure I'm sure most of the guys involved in the match are probably like chomping at the bit, because here's their chance, here's their, you know, the first War Games in WWE basically, and they get to be a part of it, and they get to come up with some crazy stuff. There won't be any blood, but I still think you can have, you know, crazy violence, slamming guys into cages, all that sort of thing. With no blood, you could still pretty much do, you know, like a Brian Pillman spot where someone gets just murdered. There's lots of things you can do. It'll be kind of interesting to do. Will we get the rope? Will we get the breaking of a rope? That's a pretty awesome spot if we do get that. But all of that stuff. But at the same time, the fact that it's a 3-way kind of just to me, because I want it to be better than that. I want it to be War Games. And if you add 3 teams, it doesn't seem like War Games to me. It seems like something else going on. So I guess we'll see. The kind of the rumor going around is if this works, maybe we'll get War Games in the main roster, which you would think me going, yay! Except that, I have no faith in WWE now, because if you look at what, i.e. what they did to Bayley, it's like they can take a you can't miss thing and just destroy it. And, it is what it is. But I am glad they're doing War Games. I'm glad at that. I have a lot of I'm worried about it. Because I just remember the last 3, and it was not a very good War Games. Um, it's just not, no. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, Triple H does a good job booking it, or whoever books it, and we get the War Games that we all want um, out of this. So we will see. So anyways, that's all I was really going to talk about. This is kind of short, but it is what it is. Have a good one. Later.